We are live once again, back in the first floor parlor, the Thaddeus Stevens house. We're soon to be getting most of the activity down here this evening.
Yeah.
So we're going to run a few more EVP sessions and then another phasma box session. I have corrected the problem with the vibrate for typing, so I should be able to type and answer you guys while we're recording without any kind of disturbance in the feed. Welcome back, Sheila. Welcome back, Sandy. Hello, Megan. We have Jim and myself, Dave, from Keystone State Paranormal, based out of Chambersburg, PA. We have Pam, and we have Steve, based out of Gettysburg, at the Gettysburg Ghost Exchange, your one-stop shop for all things paranormal. Hello, Theo and Bill. What's going on? Getting ready to start up another course.
Actually, I think we turn on Steve's device here again. There it is. I'm gonna, if they don't mind, I was up in the attic while they were working the downstairs bedrooms, and overall it was fairly quiet.
Oh, just lost infrared. Huh. These batteries are dying on me.
Okay, well, we have, before we get cracking, you want to throw another set in there?
No, I'll just have to.
What you got?
I have a Phantom in here that has
Okay.
IR. So I'll have to just add that because I don't have the time to.
Okay.
There you go.
Got all
That's
that
nice.
big EM pump, I think, is just pulling everything in. Tonight upstairs was
That's good enough.
pretty much of a W size, having more girls.
It's not as bright, but it'll work.
Right down here, we were getting. Okay, I'm gonna for the people on the thing. While they were working the bedrooms downstairs, I was working the attic upstairs. First off, at this time of night, it wasn't very hospitable.
Did this just come back on? Is infrared?
The infrared's on. Yes, it is.
Look at that, man.
What the hell?
I do not know. I can turn this off.
Now the infrared's back.
Look at that.
Huh.
That's just crazy. It's affecting our lights now. Look
Now it's out.
I don't know what is going on here.
Okay, so anyhow, it's a lot of the cars going by outside, and there's no insulation up in the attic, so that noise just funnels right in. Mm-hmm. And also, you get a lot of bleed through. There are actually holes in the floor because of the age of the house, so that they could hear me upstairs and I could hear them downstairs. So we accounted for that, and as I'm recording, I make notations of that. However, I did feel there were spirits up there. They were very reluctant, almost bashful. And my bestie, I got two EVPs up there. The one is nothing that great. It did give me a name. But the last one was sort of nice. Sometimes I sort of wax religious with the spirits, and I'll talk to them about my Christian beliefs and stuff, and how try to do things for them. And oftentimes that's an effective measure for me in relating to the spirits, and sometimes they pick up on that. So this was my last recording in the attic.
Before you start, Jim?
Yes.
Who was it? It was, hold on. Who asked? Somebody wanted to know, Tamara Weber wants to know if you can give her some background on this place.
Oh, sure. This is the Thaddeus Stevens house. It's a original log cabin that was built in the late 1700s, probably something circa 1780, 1790. It originally stood about 10, 15 miles west of here. In the early 1800s, sometime between a period 1810, 1813, it was moved to the present site here in Gettysburg, where it stands. The thing that sets this out is that in 1831, Thaddeus Stevens, who became a significant congressman in the history of this country, moved into this house and began his law practice, which was very successful and continued into a period in the 1840s. Then late in the 1840s, he left Congress and moved up into the Lancaster area, where he owns another house. That home is much more refiner, with more traditional aspects in the log cabin, certainly more appearance to someone of his stature. Where he resided until the time of his death. He obviously spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C., and he was an instrumental figure in the Civil War of the United States, in which case he was a very powerful player in Congress. Very controversial figure, beloved and hated at the same time, and he particularly had a lot of venom for the Southern cause and the Southern leadership. He advocated basically putting the Southern leaders of the rebellion to death, and they had no real affinity for him as well. One of the stories that often came out is during the Battle of Gettysburg, in which case he no longer resided, was here for the battle. He had a foundry, an ironworks, again about 12 miles west of here, and the Confederates sent not one but two different parties out to basically destroy that ironworks. It turned out he was actually in the vicinity at the time, got wind of them, and fled. But it was recorded that Jubal Early, had he captured Thaddeus Stevens, instead of sending him to Libby Prison, he would have hung him out there. That's an example of the animosity. This house, while it's been here for a long time, to our knowledge, it's never had a formal investigation. We have heard from the owner of the house a lot of anecdotal references to people who basically rent the house for short periods of time and stay here while they enjoy what Gettysburg has to offer. And there's been a number of cases, again, these are anecdotal cases, of a number of factors, whether it's they see a little girl in the kitchen area. Oftentimes the people have left early because of the strong smell of tobacco smoke and cigars. And I guess that's one thing I don't know, if Thaddeus Stevens was a cigar smoker or not. But anyhow, there's been pictures of the house during the daytime from across the street, and images have been seen in the windows of an apparition. So we're actually in here doing, to my knowledge, the first full formal investigation of the house. Yesterday night was a very interesting night with a lot of history, and we actually felt the presence of Thaddeus Stevens. Tonight is sort of a horse of a different color, and we're picking up on a different set of spirits. But I would say that I think it's the conclusion not only of us, but the team that was here yesterday, that this house has a lot to offer in the way of the paranormal. And I think we've just scratched the surface in our research and investigating it. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into this house.
Yes, Bill Betts, we do use WavePad to process our EVPs. That noise everyone heard was the PDA that we use for our Facebook Live sessions receiving a message. So everybody seems to want us to do a ghost box session tonight. So And Devonte Acero says, "Hi Pam, say hi to Omar."
I sure will. I absolutely will.
Before we're going to, Steve and I are going to do a couple EVP sessions, and then we'll do a phasma box session before we conclude tonight. I'm just going to play this EVP. This was picked up in the attic just a little while ago, and it's pretty good.
Is that somebody moving out there?
I'm going to end this in.
Sound like
We're
somebody
done with you.
moving out there, like wet feet on that floor out there.
Do you want me to go look?
Yeah.
Can you give me a good night or thank you?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So I'll play that one more time in case.
Yeah, I'll move closer so people can hear it.
Can you give me a good night or thank you?
Yep, that's a definite thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Michael Moran, excuse me. Hi from U.S. Army Base Cali.
Hey.
Thank you for protecting our
Thank you
freedom.
for serving.
I am a vet, and Pam and Steve do wonders for Wounded Warrior Pennsylvania, so we all thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely. And they have, for anybody else, they have a lot of big plans for raising funds for the Pennsylvania vets this year as well, and it's still in the works. So,
Yep.
It's
A lot of work.
a lot of much broader scope and much more impact than last year. They put a lot of work into that, and it looks like they're getting a lot of volunteers for that as well.
They are.
So we look with and Steve, what are those dates that you're?
August 17th and 19th, and it's at the Gettysburg Wyndham.
So it's a
95 Presidential Circle.
better format and a lot more. And stay tuned. Go to the Gettysburg Ghost Exchange site, and there'll be further details and explanation of what's to come. It certainly sounds like a great event to look forward to this summer. Steve, are you ready with your recorder?
I am ready.
Quick
sir.
question.
When you say ready, let's go.
Yeah.
We'll
And
hit
here,
it.
let me pass you.
The big boy that's upstairs, that needs its batteries replaced, correct?
That's correct.
The batteries and charger out here are ready to be used?
They're probably got.
Okay,
some.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this to Pam. I'm going to go
Okay.
get the other one, put the new batteries in it, and put it on here, and then take this one off because it's kind of dim without the big boys.
Okay.
Yeah, I see. It's
Yeah, it is a little.
all right. Well, we can still record. It'll give us.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and initiate a recording session.
2 minutes.
Yep, sounds like a winner.
Okay. We're gonna try contacting the girl, or you want to try see if there's a soldier here?
Yeah, let's see.
Because
if
you
there-
think about it, after Thaddeus, who had the house after him?
Yeah, the owner's supposed to be providing me some of the deed papers, and he wasn't able to get those to me before this investigation. So hopefully, before we come back and do another one, I'll have those details, and it'll serve to give us some more prompts.
Okay. We'll see if we get that laughter guy back.
Yeah, there's a guy. We have had a guy tonight following us around laughing. at
Laughing,
us.
so.
I grant you, there's a lot to laugh about us, but
Okay, you tell me when.
1, 2, 3, go.
My recorder down. So I don't get that scratchiness. Let me hold my hand to get that.
Jim, can you explain to everyone about the phasma box real quick?
Yeah, the phasma box. There's a Mike Simpson who does a lot with Ghost Hunts USA. Was the one who sort of introduced us to it. Phasma box is an item that's available online from Extreme Senses, and it's very reasonable. I believe it's something in the neighborhood of about $20.
I think $16.
Yeah, you can download it onto your computer. It does not require Wi-Fi or internet to function, and that's very important. Some of the various systems that are the brainchild and the driving force with some of the ghost boxes available require internet or Wi-Fi. And as most investigators know, the majority of places you're in do not have that luxury. This does, by the way. The Thaddeus Stevens house is outfitted for Wi-Fi, and that might be relevant factor for those who might be interested in doing an investigation here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, it's a system that works off a number of programs. There's a sort of a mix built in. Doesn't really pull off of a radio signal, which is sort of nice. You don't get a lot of noise and static and interference. You can adjust the reverb or the echo. Unfortunately, you can't eliminate it altogether, but there's things you can do to minimize it. And the other nice thing is they built another advanced model that works on a different modification, and it's called the Phasma Box ODI. And they actually provide that free with the purchase of a Phasma box. The ODI is even a little more refined. You have a few more little bells and whistles. And it actually creates words at times too. When the force field or whatever you're picking up, it can actually form words. One of the other real neat features with the Phasma box and the Phasma box ODI is you can also key it to reverse mode. It'll tell you when you're in reverse mode. And for those who are unfamiliar, the concept behind reverse mode is whatever words you're hearing and can understand, the whole files are being played in reverse. So the theory is if you're hearing anything coming the other way, that tends to be spirit. You're not picking up a lot of interference.
Mm-hmm.
You can run it forward or back. And some, like in any of these things, we try a little variety of each. But we've had some wonderful success with it. I mean, some amazing success. And it's one of my favorite ghost boxes because you just don't have a lot of the clicking or interference or all that nose reverb that some other ghost boxes produce.
You're welcome, Sheila. Yes, I think that's a lot of the reason why we were so successful this weekend here at the Thaddeus Stevens house is because Jim really knows the history, and you have to know the history before you know the haunts. So, and thank you, Ernie. I'm glad you guys are watching.
Yes.
Just in case we'll do a real recording.
Yeah.
So I don't think you want to go over and listen over everything.
No, I don't. So let's pop another 2 minute real quick.
Okay, ready?
Right. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Still keep that recording because usually when you're explaining something, they'll still talk through.
Yeah.
But let's take it from here. I'm trying to think what era. What year did he leave here?
He left here in the 1840s, mid 1840s. I think he left Congress around 1848, so it was probably mid to late 40s that he left the log cabin and went up to Lancaster.
The light on the fireplace is the bottom of the TV, right here. That's the bottom of the TV. And right here is a piece of equipment that I'm pointing at, and that is actually recording everything that we're doing. So that's just the light from the orbital light that you're seeing right there.
Yesterday, the REM pod was quite active when we talked about the history, and we sort of queried Thaddeus Stevens about some of his personal history. Tonight, it's entirely different.
Yeah, it's totally different. Maybe they were so excited to talk, find out what we were about yesterday compared to today. They got like a dose of us and retired of us. It could be a lot. You think about it.
Nothing, Dave?
No one's ever talked to you before, and all of a sudden everyone's talking to you.
Yes, Garrett, we've had a lot of activity tonight. And we're getting ready to do a phasma box session.
Case with the illuminator had batteries. Okay, are we at 2 minutes, Steve, to check?
Yeah, let's check this real quick and see what we got.
Okay.
Now while we're talking.
3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll go ahead and kick mine first, see what we get.
Was Thaddeus Stevens originally from Vermont?
He was. That's where he was
Okay.
born. Yes.
Thank you.
Yesterday, the Red Pod was quite active when we talked about the history and when he sort of queried Thaddeus Stevens about some of his personal history. Tonight, it's entirely different. It's totally different. Maybe they were so excited to talk, find out what we were about yesterday compared to today. They got like a dose of us. Getting tired of it. It could be a lot. You think about it. Nothing bad. No one's ever talked to you before. Right here. Case with the illuminator has batteries. Okay, wait 2 minutes, Steve, to check. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
All right. You're up.
All right, guys, just hang in with us. We're going through this last EVP session. Be about 2 minutes, and we're going to be starting the phasma box.
While Steve's checking his recorder out, I'll make a mention. If you'll keep tuned in with either Nikki and Rob from Live Paranormal, or check or
From here, I'm trying to think what era. When year did he leave here? He left here in the 1840s, mid 1840s. I think it was he left Congress on 1848, so it's probably mid to late 40s that he left the log cabin and went up to Lancaster.
The light on the fireplace is the bottom of the TV. Right here, that's the bottom of the TV. And right here is a piece of equipment that I'm pointing at, and that is actually
The lamp's still on, right?
everything
Yeah.
that we're doing. So that's just the light
Yeah, that's just gonna loosen
from the
it.
whole
Oh,
light
okay.
that you're seeing.
Twist that in.
Yesterday, the REM pod was quite active when we talked about the history and we sort of queried
Got it.
Thaddeus Stevens about some of his personal history. Tonight, it's entirely different. Yeah, it's kind of different. Maybe they were so excited to talk Thaddeus Stevens about some of his personal history. Tonight, it's entirely different. Yeah, it's totally different. Maybe they were so excited
There's
to
a yes
talk.
in there. Listen. He says it's totally different. Goes yes.
And we sort of queried Thaddeus Stevens about some of his personal history. Tonight, it's entirely different. Yeah, it's totally different. Maybe they were so excited to talk and find out what we were about yesterday compared to today. They got like a dose of us. Something tired of it. It could be a lot. You think about it. If no one's ever talked to you before, and all of a sudden everyone's talking to you.
Yes, Garrett, we've had a lot of activity tonight. We're getting ready to do a phasma box.
The case with the illuminator has batteries. Okay, we have 2 minutes, Steve, to check. Yeah, let's check it to see.
Right. Let's do the
We should be good.
if you'll check with Nikki and Rob, liveparanormal.com, or our site, Keystone State Paranormal Society, we'll be posting up a clip that we got from last night here, if you weren't with us, where using a Radio Shack ghost box, we actually asked Thaddeus Stevens what college he went to, and we got a reply of Dartmouth, and which was his college. So we actually have that. We'll find the clip. We'll be posting it on our sites this week. So stay tuned for that. And we're going to go ahead and start with the phasma box section. Let me key on the Taz cam.
You want me to take it? You okay with it?
You can take it.
All right.
Alright. Fresh batteries.
Yay!
Hopefully these last longer than 10 minutes.
And did I have the speaker on, or where is my speaker? There it is. It's on. Okay. So we're going to start out with the standard phasma box, and then we'll try a session with the Yodi. Absolutely not. Hello, Spirit. Who is with us tonight? I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Jim. To my left is Pam. We have Dave.
Say something about a camera?
Yeah.
I thought you
I don't
said
know.
jabber. I thought you called you jabber, like jabber.
Oh, okay. We'll see. Could have. I am a jabber. You're right. And we have Steve, who's still waiting for one of you to tell us his name. Can you repeat his name? Steve. Pretty easy name to say, even for the laugher.
Yeah, play it, please. Or say it, please.
Is the laugher still around?
Amanda says she heard it say cut the camera.
Oh, that's what Pam was It seems to be a reluctance on the part of you spirits tonight to get to know us or communicate with us. We'd like you to
speak with us.
give us a name, tell us where we're at, tell us something about yourself. Do you have a date? When you were born? When you died? Do you know you're deceased?
To me. Really quick, put it out like.
For those watching, we'll run these files under various analytical programs, and sometimes by slowing it down, the responses are much easier to pick up. Somebody want to call me the jabber again? Are there potentially any Civil War soldiers in our presence? We are on the streets of Gettysburg. So
I'm confused.
soldiers fought on these streets. Did you know if Middle Street was involved?
Middle Street would be involved, right?
I would think so.
Coming through Fairfield. Is there any soldiers here? Do you know the South lost the war?
It said no.
I thought I sort
I
of
thought it said
fantastic.
that. Yeah,
And then another one said no. I heard someone say no.
I really thought they were fantastic. Yet to any of you boys who fought here,
That's sticking.
the war's over. The North won the war and the Union got back together.
That sucks. That was it. I thought that's what it said. That sucks.
How many spirits are in the room with us? 6? There was like 3 voices. The first one said 2, then the second one said 6, and then 7.
Where's the Joker?
Sort of.
I think it said Steve.
Did I hear a Steve? Can I get another Steve?
Who's that? See if we can get the same name that university he went to.
Yes. We were asking last night about Thaddeus Stevens and what university he went to. Can you tell me what university Thaddeus Stevens went to? No, I'm not going to tell you. We'd like you to tell us.
Ivy. He said Ivy.
Did you say Ivy?
Ivy.
Wow. Can you tell me what profession Thaddeus Stevens practiced?
A question is actually, I think. That was interesting.
No, I'm putting it on reverse. I'm going to engage it.
And so the goal
Reverse mode activated.
Just speak up, Marv.
was
Our machines will be able to hear you. Nobody wants to talk now?
Amanda says she heard a man say no, a woman say I can, and a third man yell lawyer. And Susan,
What did she say?
the third man yelled lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yep.
Wow, that was good.
Man, this thing's running low. Damn it.
Man.
It's just sucking batteries dry tonight.
Sure is.
We'll
That's
just
it.
grab another one of these.
That didn't even last.
Didn't last an hour.
Yeah.
So I don't think we got a clear idea. Are the Civil War soldiers in our presence?
But you said this one lasts longer, Jim?
What's that?
Red one lasts longer.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Would you like us to come back and see you again? Or would you rather be left alone? Are you upset when people stay here? You say that's not so.
It's cold in here.
It is.
See when he sits in this chair, the only thing you see is his face in that mirror.
I don't think we've ever got the name of the little girl we've been bumping up against. Did he say, why don't you ask her?
Okay, well, ask her. What's your
What's
name?
your name, little girl?
What?
What's your name, little girl?
Could you tell us again?
Did you say Allison?
Was that Allison?
You gotta speak more clearly and louder so we can understand you.
People think maybe there's the name is Laurie.
I think it's twice we got Allison already.
Really?
Allison last night.
Yeah, some people are saying Laurie, Daphne, and then somebody said Allison. Ashley.
Little girl, if we're gonna talk to you and play with you, we need your name.
I'm gonna play hide and seek. I'm gonna play hide and seek. Bang on something. Are you coming? So it said. Twice it said. Coming where?
You're my friend. Said you're my friend.
Is there anything we can do for you?
My house. It said leave my house.
Did it?
Yeah.
So you want us to leave? I thought you and I were friends.
That was a female.
Have we offended you? Have we offended you?
Unfortunately, we can't. We're sleeping here tonight.
Oh, that's a good question, Carol. Can you whistle?
Can someone whistle for us?
Oh, yes, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So. What was that? That sounded like a cat.
Yeah.
Something in the room.
You hear that laugh?
What room are you in? I'll come find you.
Would you like for us to sing to you?
How old are you?
How old are you? You know your age.
Little girl, what do you like to play with?
What do you like to play with?
Can you tell us your last name?
Can you give us your last name again?
Sherry, we're in Gettysburg. We're at the Thaddeus Stevens
Why
house
are you
on
in
Middle
this
Street.
house? Did you live in this house once?
Oh. You have to give us your name, please, so we know who we're speaking to.
Okay, I'm going to swing over to the phasma box Odie for a while. We'll see
Okay.
if we get anything going on that. It's just a variation for those watching. And as I said earlier, if you get the phasma box, they provide the Odie at no additional cost. It is a separate download on your computer and stuff, but it gives you a little added variety.
Yes, we have some REMs in the room. We have a REM HD also.
Next week, something up. Is that an energy drink? I figure he's trying to stay away.
Yeah. Well, the spirit trying to do that's the reason we do it.
Where's the little girl?
Reverse mode activated.
Keying it to reverse to see.
Where's the little girl? Where's Allison? That's her name. I want to speak to her. I want to see you, Allison. Come out.
Steve, we can't light any candles. We're in a historic place. There's no flames allowed. There's a couple REM pods in the room. There's a REM pod right over here on one of the shelves right there.
This is sounding like Allison did something.
Almost like congratulations.
Yeah. Is her name Allison?
Are we getting an affirmative with Allison?
Do you need more energy than the pump can provide?
Mr. Sterling.
Is that safe to say, Miss Smith? No, you're all a jumbled hot mess right now. You got to speak more clearly.
Do we have a Mrs. Smith? I have the reverb. Let me kick it. I turn the reverb down, but let's go up with it. See if we.
There's no smells here in the house at this moment. Yes, I heard that, Mr. Sterling.
Little girl.
Where are you, little girl? We're in the house. I'll come find you.
If you're not. If you're not going to us, then we're just going to have to go to bed.
Thaddeus, is that what it said?
It said daddy.
Daddy.
Yeah, it's just daddy.
Yeah.
Thaddeus. It's a daddy.
Where is the old commoner?
Is that what Mrs. Smith called Thaddeus? Thaddy?
Did you just say possibly?
All right, we're going to drop off this. We're going to try one last thing which we haven't had much success with.
Okay.
Give it a shot. This is another one. It's called a Holovox.
Okay.
And again, we haven't had much success with this, but
We can try the Echo Box.
do you have an
I
Echovox?
got an Echo Box on my phone, yeah.
Well, give that a shot. I'd rather do that. The Holovox, we really haven't had much result.
On my phone.
I'm going to try one last go with Steve's Echovox.
My phone's out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Debbie, we like Echovox too. We use it quite often.
Now,
Yes.
do you have the
Yes, we have
new
a portal.
version of Echovox?
There's the old version.
Got the old version.
We have a Poltercom from Paranologies. Hi, Stephanie. Can you slow it down a little bit? Yes, Sheila, you can put it on your phone. You can put it on a laptop.
I have a speaker that'll pick up to
Bluetooth.
pair up with a cord. Here, it's in here. I'll grab it.
Can't you just Bluetooth the item?
I don't know if that Bluetooth's or not.
No, the phones.
Will his Bluetooth or this will hook up with a.
Oh, my Bluetooth.
Cord.
Pick it up.
You going to Bluetooth?
I can go to Bluetooth.
Will this just pick up any Bluetooth, Dave?
Bluetooth.
Let me turn on. We'll search for it.
Doesn't seem to be popping, Dave.
Turn on.
It's on.
You gotta hold down the button so it pairs.
But this one?
Scan on. I scan it.
Turn the power on. And then you hold the Bluetooth button down. So it goes blue.
Oh, okay.
And then it should show up on his phone. There it is.
Okay.
What do you want?
It's full volume. There we go.
I heard it say girls.
Yeah, I did too.
Who's here with us?
It's really gotten cold.
Yeah, it is. It's freezing in here right now.
I can actually see my breath a little bit.
Yep. Yes, Kara, I did see those orbs. And now it's freezing.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Florida. I see that other orb, yep.
So you're seeing orbs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Girl here?
A lot of them right now. It's freezing cold in here right now, Pete. Hi, Rosa.
Say my name.
Yep, I see him too, Robin.
Say Steve. Say my name.